QR and I were at a party on August 23rd, 2013. And it was a anniversary party for the event spirit series Sparring with Beatnik Ghost. And yeah, QR was doing this thing, and we're gonna get a little bit of that action a little as we move into this piece. It's called Other Voices Inside Us. At a party of poets in an art cave on an alley in Hayes Valley, San Francisco, just around the block from where I lived by myself on unemployment and bought a drum set in the mid-70s. A block in Caddy Corner from where my artist rock climber girlfriend, who I met at the Heart of the City Farmers Market, lived in the late 80s. 3 blocks from the San Francisco Zen Center. 7 blocks from the Cafe International, where I hosted an open mic series at the turn of the millennium. The air swirling with phantom presences of my younger selves, with the invisible spirits of our recently fallen poet comrades, and of the dead and still living myth-making beats. I come face to face with a master of the word wind, a rider of the blowing, flowing, rising air from underground caves, carrying graffiti and petroglyphs dissolved off the walls and flowing down the tunnels of our throats to where our tongues dance with the wind. We are immersed in an energy field. It's jungle of voices, a reverberating echo system, spontaneously morphing from growl to hell to chant to call in, scatological, improvisational flow. We're filled with the sounds of feral beings and angels with crazed cries for freedom of imprisoned spirits with family ancestors and wild animals. Some being already extinct and some rapidly approaching extinction in the cacophony of these times. Untamed vibrations from sacred undercurrents of consciousness electrify us. Dragon breath is our breath. The rhythm of primal orchestras dance in our chests. The sound of primate saxophones. We're calling home our spirit animals. We're calling home our spirit animals. Senselessly, sensually, ecstatically speaking. Senselessly, sensually, ecstatically speaking. Sensuously, sensually, ecstatically speaking. Sensuously, sensually, ecstatically speaking. What words cannot say. Is this poetry? Is this big slang? Is this scatting? Is this jazz or any other kind of music? Is this a prayer? Is this beatboxing? Is this what speaking in tongues is like? Glossolalia and uttering of unintelligible syllables? Is this like being ridden by the Orishas? Is it just one more step out of sanity?
Into pure, crazy,
wild wisdom.
Wisdom.
Hot fucking dude! Woo! Oh my God! Oh my God!
QRN, Mark Wieder on bass.
Oh, fabulous! Kirk Lumpkin!
So, QR, actually, thank you so very much. You kind of actually helped set up this next piece with one of your pieces. Just saw one of my oldest friends in this world back there. Benny Lewis, who actually was almost referenced in that last poem. I said 7 blocks to the Cafe International, where I hosted an open mic series at the turn of the millennium. Well, I got to host it because Benny turned it over to me when he moved on to some other things. So this piece is called Down to the Crossroads. And
you can walk in.
it is preceded by an epigraph from the blues song Crossroads by the aforementioned Robert Johnson. I went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. Robert Johnson. On each side of the center line of the winding night road, matching orange reflectors rise just above the asphalt black. And each pair of these reflectors tonight is watching me with the burning eyes of ghost alligators whose bodies are hidden beneath the surface of this dark, twisting river of oil. And we are not riding on the moaning black snake of voodoo. This is not the vehicle to carry us to cosmic connection. The wind wailing, the engines mechanically drumming, and I feel us going faster and faster down, leaving behind the collateral roadkill of wild and native extinction, rolling down Cancer Alley, down toward the crossroads of reckoning, where whichever way we turn leads to a dead end or takes us squarely back to where we came from. Caught in the karma of car culture, we can't drive our way out of this box. We've sold our souls into the slavery of addiction, and possessed by corporations, we're accelerating downhill toward disaster, seemingly unable to even imagine life without driving, life without buzzing with the power of internal combustion. And the whole planet is being sucked into the smoking undercurrent, while the devil rides shotgun, humming to himself, thinking he's got a deed guaranteeing he can keep on mining our collective soul for his power. But there is a counter movement in the shadow world, and the spirits of our ancestors are coming back to reclaim the remains. And there will be consequences for the graves we've robbed, for not having let our fossil ancestors rest in peace, instead forcing them into a hellish zombie afterlife to fuel our craving for machines to do our bidding. They are coming back to collect the unpaid tolls for all that we have run over and all that we have paid, to teach us some respect and to help us find our way. And here at the crossroads doesn't have to be where our minds and bodies go separate ways, where our love is crucified, and where we pawn our souls for energy. We can stop here, turn the engine and headlights off, get out of our cars. Let go of the weight we're carrying. Stretch and breathe. Walk away from the madness. Open ourselves to the beauty of the night sky, to the life of the world, to synchronicity. Offer ourselves to love, to the gods, to the wild future, still evolving on this sacred ground of graves. Kneel and touch the earth, and we're home. So hearing about how this festival evolved, I must have started doing it the second year, because I wasn't one of those stop-ins. But I wrote this either after my first or second year here, and it's called The Beat Museum. Do some walking. Let's see, just start there. Okay, I'll start.
Yeah, I was going to start with his bass.
Oh, actually it says beat, fast walk. No, but for me. Sorry, I don't really live in the Bay Area anymore, so don't get as much time to rehearse. So, I live in Mendocino County, now between Willits and Laydenville, out in the boonies. Anyway, the Beat Museum. They may seem old and tired, and sometimes they are, and sometimes they're even dead. But they're also forever green young, so did they really think they can keep the beats in a museum? Put frames around them? And fit them in glass cases? The beats are in our hearts, our souls, our minds, our voices. I can hardly speak poetry without echoes of them. They are hidden in the voices of many young poets who do not even know they're there. They're a current flowing west to east and east to west that has not stopped. Blessed be the be attitude, the beat attitude. Inside, aching with reaching for ecstatic connections, but Zen, jazz, cool on the outside. Outsiders feeling the peace, the calm in the middle of the storm, between the downbeats and the crash of the waves of the crash cymbal. These hip, holy, cosmopolitan, cosmic hobo shamans fishing deep currents for the song of the improvised moments, gone wild, gone crazy in cars, in cities, in nature, gone wild, gone crazy in the third world, in asylums, in love, gone wild, gone crazy for sex, for jazz, for rock and roll, gone wild, gone crazy for alcohol, heroin, speed, weed, and psychedelics, gone wild, gone crazy for visions, for meditation, for wisdom, wild as coyote, wild enough to see the naked truth is not obscenity. To see we have things to learn from supposedly primitive cultures. To see God, Goddess, Spirit in wilderness, in our own bodies, in lovemaking, in everything. Crazy, like coyote, crazy enough to break out of the lockstep of the war machine, break out of the clean-cut, obedient sameness, break out of the thinking like a consumer being consumed by a corporation, breaking poetry out from the prison of this page, launching their searching howls off the edge to echo back messages from the dark, hidden places. Their voices, creating sonar maps of the unseen, still reflecting back fresh information, new sensations, and the vibrations of a deeper